Today, inshaAllah ta'ala, I am going to mention the benefits and the blessings of Surah Al-Ikhlas. A surah that we all learn when we are young, when we are learning how to read Salah, the qira'ah of Salah. Usually we find that Surah Al-Ikhlas is the surah that is mentioned in our books. This surah also has many blessings and benefits attached to it. Sayyiduna Abu Darda radiyallahu an, he narrates that our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam once said to the Sahaba, the companions, Ridwanullahi ta'ala alayhim ajma'in, "O my Sahaba, why don't you read 1/3 of the Quran at night?" The Sahaba radiyallahu an, they said, "O Prophet of Allah, how can we recite 1/3 of the Quran at night?" Our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam said, "Recite Qul huwallahu ahad, Surah Al-Ikhlas. This is 1/3 of the Quran. If we recite Surah Al-Ikhlas once, we attain the reward of reciting 1/3 of the Quran Al-Karim." But there is a slight difference. It is not equivalent or sufficient to reciting the Quran Al-Karim, 1/3 of the actual Quran Al-Karim. But the reward is, yes, definitely present. Allah definitely gives us the reward of recitation of 1/3 of the Quran. Many individuals, they get confused and they lack to understand that there is a difference between something known as jaza. Jaza is reward from Allah. When we obey the command of Allah, we attain reward. And there is something known as ijza. And there is a slight difference between both. For example, we attain jaza, reward from Allah for reciting Surah Al-Ikhlas. We attain the reward of reciting the Quran, 1/3 of the Quran. That's the jaza. But the ijza, meaning it cannot be compared to or sufficient or take the actual place of reciting 1/3 of the Quran. I hope and I pray that makes sense to you and you understood. Another blessing of Surah Al-Ikhlas, it's been narrated by Sayyiduna Abu Huraira radiyallahu an. He reports, one day I was traveling with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and there was someone who was reciting Surah Ikhlas, Qul huwallahu ahad. There was someone reciting this surah. Our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam heard and said, "It has become wajib." Sayyiduna Abu Huraira radiyallahu an, he said, "Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, O my beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, what has become wajib? What has become compulsory?" Our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "For the person who is reciting Surah Al-Ikhlas, Jannah has become wajib. Jannah has become compulsory." Subhanallah, my respected brothers and sisters, another benefit, another humongous, huge blessing of reciting Surah Al-Ikhlas. And it doesn't take long. It only takes maximum 10 to 15 seconds to recite Surah Al-Ikhlas. Another blessing of Surah Al-Ikhlas, Sayyiduna Anas radiyallahu an, he mentions that whoever recites Surah Al-Ikhlas 200 times a day, whoever recites Surah Al-Ikhlas 200 times a day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will erase 50 years of sin. 50 years of sin will be erased from his book of sin, except outstanding loans. If he owed someone money, etc., that will not be erased. Otherwise, 50 years of sin will be erased from his book of sin if he or she recites Surah Al-Ikhlas 200 times a day. My respected brothers and sisters, these were a few blessings and benefits of reciting Surah Al-Ikhlas. It is a very easy and simple surah to recite, and the reward is immense. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has showered immense mercy upon the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Because we have a short lifespan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us small deeds that hold huge benefits and huge reward for us. May Allah grant us the ability and the tawfiq to act upon the hadith of our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, obey the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. My respected brothers and sisters, before I say salam, I would like to request you to subscribe, like and share the content. Jazakumullahu khaira. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.